Hello everyone. It's been so long since we recorded anything. Holy cow.
That's what happens when you have a little baby.
So December was the last time. We were looking December 17th and we are at August 11th.
Yeah, so our podcast literally just hit 1 year, and we haven't recorded in about 8 months. So we're doing great, guys, doing great.
Like, it's just so much. We completely forgot how busy we get. Like, overwhelmingly busy.
So we just want to touch on some things that have happened over the past 8 months that
We're already forgetting.
We're already forgetting, so we want to make sure that we can remember this when we're listening to it. You know, in years from now, we can go, oh yeah. Oh, remember
Well, I
when
had
that
already,
happened?
just looking at the notes, I was like, oh shoot, she did spend a night at my mom's already. I had forgotten it already. Because she doesn't really sleep out on the flight. So let's see, the first thing that happened since last time is that I turned 40.
Mm-hmm. Carlos turned 40, and at that same time, Ellie turned 6 months.
Yeah.
And we planned a trip to New York, or not New York City, to Washington, D.C. because Carlos, you always have liked, you know, all the historical things, and you love history. So we were going to go, and Ellie wasn't feeling very well that week. And so, you know, we kind of all were a little bit under the weather. And then for some reason, so sorry. Excuse me. So for some reason, I decided that before we leave for our trip, I should take a COVID test.
Should I see your face?
Well, I felt really dumb there.
We could have just paused it so that you can sneeze properly and then just keep recording. That was so cute. Achoo. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I decided that I would take a COVID test before we went. I was like, I don't want to get anyone sick. So I ended up having COVID again, and then we gave Ellie a COVID test, and she had it too. So we sent Carlos and Jason to Washington, D.C. without me.
Boys trip.
Yep, and that boys trip cost us a pair of recording glasses.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I had finally put that out of my mind.
So when Mama's not there, bad things happen.
We did really good until the end. Because, so, this whole trip, and I do want to put a little context into this trip because that's part of the memory. First, I love that he put me to listen to an audiobook on the way there. And so we spent the trip there listening to audiobooks. I really enjoyed the podcast. I'm more like an author. But from there, the first night we got there, I asked him to go for a walk, and then I got turned around towards the end of the walk, and we didn't dress up properly, and it started to get chilly. So, well, I had my jacket. He didn't because I'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I don't get cold. So, at that point, I thought I was walking towards the reflecting pool in the Washington Monument, but instead of making a right, I made a left. And I went the opposite towards the Capitol. I'm like, this looks familiar. Oh yeah, it was in the news. And so by the time we got back, the next day we rented some bicycles, which I gotta say, I love riding bicycles in DC. They have the whole lane, the whole thing, like literally bicycle street lights and all that stuff. So next time we go, we gotta bring our own. That way we don't forget my glasses on the little basket in front of it right at the end. At least it was at the end of the trip. And we got to visit a lot of the museums. We got to see the Declaration of Independence. Me too. I've never seen it before. We got to basically see every single museum, the White House, and walk through all of that. So
Yeah, a great memory for you guys. And I, of course, was super excited about this trip that I even got us the good hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was only like a mile or so, 20 blocks or so from the National Archives.
Yeah, so I, kind of upset with that. But anyways, me and Ellie sat in the bed and watched Disney movies. And so during this time, she turned 6 months. And she, she was starting to do very little movement, she was bouncing back and forth on her knees.
Yeah, like wasn't she started to crawl at that point?
Not quite yet, no. She didn't crawl until after our trip to Florida, which was in February. And that's the next big thing that happened.
Yes. So that one was when you went to Florida and stayed with Christina. What was it, a week?
Yep. I went to Florida for a week.
Thank you for having her, Christina.
And we played out at the pool. And we just, it was
just relaxing.
Really nice. It was relaxing. We went to Disney. We took, because Christina, one of my very good friends for quite some time now, she also just had a little baby, Layla. And so we got our babies together so they could BFF it out. And we dressed them alike.
Oh my God, the mermaid picture. I'm going to have to use
pictures
those pictures as thumbnails for the
Mhm.
video.
Oh my goodness, he was so cute. Christina's a huge Disney fanatic. I used to be as well, but I'm not as much anymore these days, but I still love Disney so much. So, took her to Animal Kingdom so she could see Pandora, and that was fun. She put her feet in the ocean for the first time, so that was cute too.
Yeah, I missed that one.
But I flew there by myself, so that was a scary moment because I have never flown by myself with a baby before, and she was just so small at the time, and yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, but she did great on the plane. Can't really.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. The trip on the way there was better on the way back. She had problems on the plane on the way back, but she was just so tired. She didn't sleep at all.
Oh, you got a mosquito.
Oh yeah, there's pictures of her soaking up the sun.
And then after that was the trip to the Mother's Day, Jay's birthday.
Oh, here's a good one. Ellie had Nutella for the first time on March 7th.
Oh yeah, that's when the addiction started.
Mm-hmm.
And she was pushing herself on the walker. Started to sleep through the night. March 7th, she started, although it hasn't been without bumps. Because, like just this past week, for some reason, she decided to wake up one day at 4:30 in the morning, didn't go back to sleep. 5:30 in the morning, didn't go back to sleep. And I don't understand it because those were the nights that Jen had her.
Yeah, we're going to skip over that comment for now. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, she fell off Aunt Hottie's bed, and we called her Scarface for a little bit.
Because she had a big scar on her face.
She just was a little too close to the edge, and Aunt Hottie's got has this like nightstand. It's not really a nightstand. It's more like a cabinet, and she just kind of hit it right on the edge, and yeah, it looks pretty bad. And I thought I ruined my beautiful baby, but I didn't. She's all healed.
Yeah, you went away pretty well.
And then around Jill and March, we had to lower her crib for the first time, or maybe the second time. I don't remember.
No, we only lowered it once. It only goes down. No, we lowered it to the bottom.
Yeah, she's all the way to the bottom.
Because she started to get almost climbing over the top of the rail.
Here we go. Ellie starts to crawl.
April 2nd.
No, March 29th. So Ellie started to crawl, which is nice.
She used to get stuck on her little dresses, so...
Yeah. She would walk in her little dresses and she couldn't, her knees would stuck. So we had to stop putting her in dresses for a little
Why
bit.
is she always naked?
Yeah, because she would get stuck on her clothes and with the pants she'd slip. So it was fun. And then...
Then she started lifting one knee and pushing herself back with her foot. That way, with the other knee on, that was strapped on the dress, she would like slide on the ground.
What did we do for our anniversary? Our anniversary was April 3rd.
Holy cow. Great way to put me on the spot. I don't even remember what I had for dinner last night.
Yeah, still great. It was still great last night. So we had our anniversary.
Like we normally have like a 5-year dinner and stuff like that. I don't think we did anything special this year. 17.
So it's 17 years married. That's crazy.
It's almost legal. 18. Well, not in New York. In New York, you gotta be 21 for everything now.
So I tell people our little joke that we heard the one time. I'm like, oh yeah, married 17 years, happily married 7. And people like don't get it at first, and then they're like, oh, what'd you say? It's so funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then
When is Mother's Day?
Oh, so then she had her 9-month visit in April, the end of April. She was 19.1 pounds, 27 3/4 inches. This is when she started getting really super attached to me.
Oh, no. That's an understatement.
She's obsessed. And I'm obsessed with her too, but like I can't even leave the room at moments before, and she goes crazy. So we asked the doctor about that, and everything's fine. She started doing ma when she was really mad. We're not really sure if she was just yelling or saying me, because that'll probably be her.
Well, but she started saying mama, baba, and dada. Like, not just 2. It was like 5 or 6 in a row, at least.
Yeah.
But we take it as it was me, Jason, and Jen.
So then we went on a trip for Jason's birthday. He turned 13 on May 24th.
God, we got a teenager
He was a teenager.
And you know what? People say that teenagers are crazy. And I gotta say that the moment that he's turned 13, it seems like he's actually gotten better.
You must not remember him yelling at me.
Okay, that one
I
time.
know, he was tired.
But, like, overall, and then we talked about it. He said that he wasn't feeling appreciated. That he was, that the baby was taking all of the time and we didn't basically love him as much. And
So
we have to go over through that, had a conversation with him about it because...
and we also, we know how it must, well, we don't know how it must feel for him, but we can see it because Ellie needs so much, and he's just...
And we ask of him a lot, too. Like, he watches him a lot. Like, not by himself, but helping your mom.
Him, or does he watch
her? Oh, he watches her a lot. Even with your mom or my mom, but, like, he's always there. He doesn't have the same time that he used to have before.
Yeah, and, we ask a lot. And he's a kid. He needs to still be a kid. So we decided to take him on this trip to the Kalahari Indoor Water Park. And we booked the trip and then realized it was Mother's Day. So we celebrated Mother's Day on the Saturday before we left, and then we left on Sunday.
He was able to bring a friend with him.
He was able to bring a friend. We upgraded our rooms. We had a 2-bedroom suite, which was really cool. So the boys had their own room, and we had our own room with the baby. So like everyone had.
With a beautiful view of a construction site for the new water park, outdoors water park. It was interesting to me to see them build the water park.
It was cool. She really, Ellie had a really good time. We went in the water a few times with her. There was a bat. Oh my God.
Okay, so a little context to that. We are out in the trail right now.
There are bats flying over our heads.
And so it is twilight right now. This is twilight, right? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, a very nice dusk where, bats start to fly between trees comfortably. Don't worry, I won't do what I did last time.
Yeah, okay. If you do, over. We're done. I'm out.
Last time I started throwing kisses at the bats, like, and apparently that calls them.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I had one literally dive at me and I had to dodge the sucker. And so I understand, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So any hoozle, we went to Kalahari Indoor Water Park, and then on the way home we stopped at this really cool drive-through safari. Christina again, the one that I went to visit with in February. She had told us about this place because she had been there.
She does put in like a plug or something there. What is it she does? She travel agent something?
Oh, Christina is a travel agent for Glass Slipper Concierge. She's the best. If you need anything, she will help you out for sure. She also, she does trips for everybody, for all over the world. And she's been looking at Alaskan cruises for me for my 40th. Keep it up, Christina. And so she told us about this place where, like, you go and you pay to go, like, drive your car through this little safari, and these animals, you buy food, and these animals just, like, rush up to your car, and they, eat the food out of your cups, and, like, it's just crazy. And it was, like, honestly quite terrifying at first, because they know exactly why you're there. So, like, they just come rushing to your vehicle. And, llamas, bulls, there were some buffalo. At the end, we did...
I think it was a bison, wasn't it?
Sure. Okay. And, sorry, another bat. So then, at the end, we got to feed giraffes, which was really, really cool. And then you could go through it as many times as you wanted to, but we got there a little bit late, so...
There's the bat.
It was cool, though. Let's see. So we took our trip, and then Jason turned 13, and for his 13th birthday, what did we do besides the trip?
What does the WhatsApp says?
Nothing.
Nothing. No, I think after that we just got back home, and they still hang out for a couple of days afterwards, didn't they?
No.
See why we're making this show? You see what? Oh, that was a big bird. This is what we're making it because it's been 8 months since we recorded, and we're already forgetting details that happened 6 months ago.
Well, at the end of May, 3 months ago. Wow, Carlos.
That's even sadder.
It's really sad if you don't know.
And you do?
I just don't remember what we did on his
That's
actual
not
birthday.
knowing.
He didn't want to go out to dinner.
But that's not knowing.
He didn't. Yeah. I think we just kind of hung out and watched movies and
Jason
stuff.
is very, like, at first I thought it was odd because he never really is interested in having big parties. He's always like, just regular stuff at home.
But we always try and take him somewhere for his birthday.
Well, yeah,
whether it be a trip or we take him like just out somewhere.
Yeah, because he never really, invite friends for a party. I don't want a party, but invite them.
So let's see. Then we get into June, and Ellie, she started to like walk, and with like the little toy that you can like push, and so she wasn't quite like she would stand and just kind of look around, but she wouldn't actually walk. So we decided, oh no, actually that wasn't. She had that fever. That happened first.
Oh my God, the 105.
So I was working on a Sunday, and yeah, she had a really, really bad fever. And I went home. You know, Carlos gave her some medicine. I got home. We took a little nap, and then when I woke up, her fever was at 105.8, which was it's just very extremely high for. I know babies run higher, but like 105.8 is crazy. So we rushed her to the hospital. They did a whole bunch of tests, and they couldn't really figure out what it was, and so they thought it was hand, foot, and mouth. Or no, then the rash came a few days later, and she had hand, foot, and mouth, and it was all over her legs, all over her like butt, all over her JJ. It was just everywhere. And on her mouth, oh my goodness, I was like, oh, I hope this heals, because it looked so bad on her mouth, like it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, this girl gets sick, man.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been bad because now, for example, right now, she has, I'm going to jump the gun, the two bottom teeth, and we think she may be getting at the top ones, but she doesn't really get a fever or anything like that. She's just being really, I'm going to stop using the B word and I'm going to start calling it princess-like. She's being very princess-like. And so, like today and yesterday, she actually started to behave normal again. You know, without such a bad attitude, because there were 2 days of hell to pay with her.
Yeah, she got, when did she get her teeth? She must have gotten her teeth in May as well, because June she already had them. She started moving to salads. She loves to eat what everybody else has. Like, she doesn't really like the compotas or the little baby foods anymore. She just, she wants to have everything salad.
She eats everything. We have gotten to the point that she's now, like, you know, obviously at 1 year, eating a lot more. And holy cow, bananas, tacos, fruits, vegetables. She eats normally what? 2 packs, like 2 baby cans or pouches a day in the morning, plus some fruits and eggs with me.
Yeah, she eats everything, like absolutely everything. It's hilarious, actually. And it's awesome because we can always keep her entertained with food. Like,
Yes.
it's awesome now. It might not be awesome in a few years. But then we had Andrew come up from Florida in June. So Jason finished school in June. We went to his award ceremony, and it was really awesome. He won 2 or 3 awards. One was for the highest grade in his accelerated math class. So that's like pretty impressive. So you get a letter in the mail from school saying that they have this award ceremony and they're going to get one. They don't really tell you what it's going to be. And then we got there, and he got quite a few, and it's, you know, it's such a proud moment.
He got 3. Like, that's really, I mean, you know how awesome it is for a father that never got called once?
Yeah.
To have your kid being called every year, basically, well, not every year, okay, the last 2 years, and then this year, but no, he normally gets something at school. Because he's usually in the high grades.
Kid. Yeah, very, very smart kid. We really hit the jackpot. We're hoping Ellie
I'm
is
worried that Ellie's going to be like me.
I don't know.
And then we're going to be in trouble.
I don't know. She really is into everything, and she loves to see how everything works. So I don't know if we're going to be in trouble with her. I think she's going to be super smart also.
Yeah, I mean, she's already, right now, what? All right, so what are the other quick ones?
Well, we were talking about how Andrew came out, because we were going to do our camping trip. Every year we go to Stillwater Reservoir, and I say that word wrong. So.
Reservoir.
Okay, well, Tomato. I had a whole conversation with someone in the wax room. I was like, I'm saying it wrong?
See, somebody else says it, and she changes it.
So, yeah, so I decided, because we were going to bring the dogs and all that, Ellie wasn't completely walking at this time. So I said, this isn't smart because it's our rustic camping trip. We don't have
very
running,
rustic.
Yeah, no running water, no electricity.
No roads.
No road, yeah. You get there,
You only get to it by boat or kayaks or...
So I decided that it was just going to be way too much with the dogs and the baby because, she was crawling and I didn't want her to be all over the dirt. So I was like, no.
And we didn't have anybody to watch the dogs for that long.
Well, we were going to bring the dogs with us.
But if we left them so that we could go with the baby and stuff and be more...
Yeah, it just wasn't going to work. So I had no place to wash bottles.
The whole idea of just doing it right on the water on the reservoir, she didn't like it.
So then, we decided I wasn't going to go, and then so we were going to get the boys packed the next day to leave, and we looked at the weather, and the summer has been kind of just rainy every single day.
The spring was a deluge. A deluge? It rained a lot.
A what?
It's like pouring. Like a fancy word for pouring.
A deluge?
Yeah, like diluvio. Now I gotta look it up.
A deluge. I've never heard this word.
Hold on. You keep it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, so we got the boys packed and everything, and then we looked at the weather, and where we were going to be, or they were going to be, it was going to be raining and thundering the whole 5 days.
I need 1 second, please. Google has something to say.
Deluge.
Deluge.
So, not deluge.
I was closer. At least I know the word and the spelling. Go ahead.
Yeah, so instead of going, so then we decided, okay, we're not going to go. It's just been raining. We also had some weird stuff going on with the air quality.
Oh, yeah, because of the fires.
Yeah, it was like in the beginning of June, I think. We had another one right while we were supposed to be on our camping trip. I don't want to say Stillwater Reservoir because I'm saying it wrong.
Reservoir.
Stillwater.
Reservoir. Forget the E.
So.
Okay, all the weird noises you hear is because we're still out in the trail. And as much as it seems like it's just us out in the wilderness, it's not. There's a bunch of houses around here. We're just lucky enough. But yeah, you might be able to hear that person that needs their license taken away.
So we, instead of going camping, we just took a few road trips. We went to I don't remember the name of the bridge. It starts with a K in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yes, the
Kalamazoo. There's this bridge in Pennsylvania that's been like
yes, let me hold on.
It's on shows like on the History Channel and stuff like that. It's this it used to be a working railroad that went over this big valley that was as tall as the Statue of Liberty. And in 2003, a tornado came through Pennsylvania and took out the middle part of this railroad. So they didn't have money to rebuild it, so they made it into just like a little place you can go and like observe, and like an observation deck. You can walk out onto the one side.
Kinzua Bridge State Park.
What?
Kinzua
Bridge
State Park.
And so you can walk out on it, and you can you're literally walking on the railroad, and then they have this the plexiglass floor, so you can look down, and it's really, really high up.
You could actually see it better once I spilled my coffee and I had to clean it up.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, coffee everywhere. That was fun. And then you're able to like hike down and see like the ruins of it. So we did that too. But again, this railroad is as tall as a Statue of Liberty. So it was a very, very long way back up.
I mean,
going down's not the problem.
For regular people who are used to hiking often and whatnot, not a problem. For us, well, and I gotta include myself here, like, holy cow, this is why I need to start exercising and doing cardio. Because,
yeah, you had the baby, like, he had Ellie strapped on him. He's going up this mountain. It's, like, crazy. I had on flip-flops, like, hello, that's a great thing to wear while you're hiking down the side of a mountain.
And these things were heavy, like, big. It wasn't just
boulders,
like going down your little, trail.
Yeah.
It was steps made out of huge boulders that you just gotta, like, they reach over your knee, like towards your thighs type thing. So you literally have to climb all those steps up and down.
But it was really cool. It was really neat to see. It was, it was really neat. So we did that. It was a day trip, and then
I have forgotten all of that already. I was like, we haven't done anything fun this summer.
We haven't really. I mean, yes, these were fun things, but we haven't.
We haven't gone on the boat. It's just been sitting on the driveway the whole damn time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up on that and sit on the boat in the driveway.
Like Lethal Weapon. Murdoch never got off the boat on the driveway, and the one time it sank. Oh my God! Again, another movie. Lethal Weapon.
Nope. So
1, 2, 3, 4, with
Get that boot on the floor. Gotta get up. Get down.
Mel Gibson and.
I know the movies. I haven't seen them.
Oh, we got to. Oh, we're gonna spend like 3 months just catching you up on movies.
Oh, you say that all the time, and you're still not into movies anymore.
I'm too old. I got too many.
Oh no, you're just all into the alien stuff.
Not just that. Ghost too.
Ghost too.
Hey, listen. I take care of the ghosts and aliens, and you learn how to bury the bodies. As long as it's not mine. With all your crime shows and detective and murders and disappearances. This woman can teach any class to any forensic scientist at this point.
That's not true. I like that stuff. I think it's so fascinating that people are so freaking crazy.
You should go to work with me. You should see some of that crazy live in person.
I have a lot of people. Everybody has a different story.
This nothing to do with the babies.
So we went to, we did a second road trip up to Green Lake State Park. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that before, but it's right in Syracuse in Lafayetteville. And so it's about an hour and a half away from us. It's the most beautiful, beautiful lake I've ever seen. So we just went, you can camp there and stuff like that. We just went for the day. And this lake doesn't turn over, so you can't bring in motorized boats. It has like artifacts that are so old at the bottom that like.
Well, the water isn't it like a turquoise color?
It's like this turquoise blue. It's beautiful.
Because it doesn't churn. Like churn, for whoever is not familiar with that, means that the bottom of the water starts farting and the rest of the dirtiness comes out to the top.
It's a phenomenal thing to see, and you can't even bring in like your own kayaks or anything like that. You can only rent from them. So that's what we did. We drove down to the beach. We got everyone ready.
And it was so cheap. It was $10 for a little boat with a rowboat.
Yeah, rowboat. And we went out, and I was a little nervous because it's a very small rowboat, and we had all of us in there, including the baby, and I just didn't feel very sturdy. But we were rowing around. It's oh my God, it's so pretty. The whole atmosphere is just so pretty. And then
right at the end,
we got a phone call from the neighbor. So we were only there for like, I'm saying we're probably in that rowboat for a good half hour, if that. And we get a phone call that Stella, our beautiful boxer pit, had gotten out of the
fenced-in yard.
our fenced-in backyard, and was running around the neighborhood.
Given a little background to Stella, she scared the crap out of our first set of neighbors by killing a animal in their backyard. These are cat people who don't like dogs. And then last month or so, or 2 months ago, decided to go say hello to the dogs next door on the other side of us, which the people living there got freaked out and thought that Stella was going to ravage them or something, but she just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, well, Stella went inside their house.
No,
Carlos.
almost got in. He didn't get in.
So,
but yeah. So
she's quite the escape artist.
Oh my God! I have so many lost picks and things on the actual fence that my fence now looks like a hillbilly fence because I had to put, what is it called, lattice?
Lattice, lettuce.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you know that it's not the fence that makes it look hillbilly.
What is?
I just say
it's just the pallets dividing the yard.
Let me just throw it out
Well,
there.
but that's because I got the inspector coming next week so that we can look into building the garage.
Yeah, so we were only there for like a half an hour, and then we drove all the way home. And, Carlos flipping out like, oh my God, we gotta get there. And he's trying to look at the camera. He's all over the road. I'm like, focus on the road, focus on the road. It's like, but I have to see if she's there. And I'm like, what are you going to do? We're an hour and a half away.
Well, I can talk to her on the cameras.
Yeah, because he thinks she's going to listen. So
we got home, and she's inside the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, what the hell? Maybe the neighbor was wrong. All right.
So I would love to go back to Green Lake State Park, and we might do that at some point.
We got to make sure to pay for the boat this time.
Oh, yeah. So then we totally forgot, we jumped off the boat because we're like, oh my God, we got to go. That we forgot to pay.
I'm thinking that this dog is going to have animal control called on it, and he's going to be taken and then put down.
Yeah, this dog. And she's the sweetest dog. She's just such a sweet dog. But she looks scary. And her bark is scary. And she did kill a possum. So that's cool. Yeah, so that was June.
We had to call back the people just to make sure everybody knows we didn't leave without paying.
Yeah, we felt so.
We had to call back and be like, oh, by the way, we left without paying. And so, but yeah, if you ever, although Syracuse don't have much to offer, it doesn't have much to offer, I would say that little park, if I would have known that was there all the times that I went to to Syracuse, I would have gone there just to hang out.
It's gorgeous.
And then, what else happened after that?
Honestly, I'm starting to get bit by mosquitoes. Can we cut this one off and we can talk?
We only got 5 more minutes before the episode it's over here because I only got 45 minutes per episode. And so let's see. Let's use that for the last 5 minutes of up to date. Up to date right now, Ellie's walking.
No, that's what we're going to say in the next episode because we have her first steps. We have her birthday party.
All right.
So we're going
what's coming up next?
Up next, new parents for the second time. Ellie's first steps.
Yeah.
Ellie's party.
Ellie's Wonderland theme party.
Ellie in Wonderland.
What was the other one? She's fully walking. She started to make new sounds because she's very silent kid, if anything. So she started to make new sounds.
Okay, we really gotta go.
And well, it's almost like literally we're gonna have to walk back with our flashlights on our phones because.
So we will see you next time. Thanks for listening, and sorry it took so long to get this uploaded, but
we will try to get this the part 2 before the end of the year.
We're over that 1 year hump, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it.
We will try to get the other one before next year.
All right. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Okay, so Andrew, this was your first time meeting your cousin, Eleanor. And what did you think?
You know, I think that she's a very cute baby, but she does cry a lot, and she's a little bit needy. You know, like because you have to, like she'll cry because she's like standing still, so then you have to like walk around, carry her, and then like even for a second to like get some food ready for her, like get the baby bottle, she'll cry. So it's like you have to have that while like you're making food for her. But you know, in general, I feel like she is a nice baby. It's a lot to handle, but you know, it's all worth it at the end.
Now, I mean, you never hang out with a baby before, have you?
Yeah, so
No.
wasn't it weird holding her for the first time?
It
Like
was.
it's like weird to
It was like,
try and position her, and because you feel like you're gonna break her, don't you?
yeah, and it's like I had no clue how to hold a baby. Like the most I've held a baby was at like a friend's birthday party, and even then it was like for like 5 seconds. So it's like
Right, and you're all uncomfortable. You're gonna like drop the baby.
I learned how to hold a baby properly. So you know, babysitting services coming soon.
Oh, sorry, I already claimed that job.
Oh,
Not in Florida.
But
Not in
she
Florida.
took a minute because she like didn't know who you were, but then she really liked you, right? She just
She took like like you said.
smiles and
It took like a little bit, and then she started smiling and grabbing like my finger, and just like, you know, I like Ellie. She is a very cute baby and a nice addition to the family.
yeah,
And she's my little cousin.
yeah, she's your little cousin. And when she grows up, what do you think she's gonna call you? Because I don't know if she'll be able to say Andrew.
You might get called Andy.
I don't mind Andy. Andy's a cool name. I don't mind.
Oh, that's
You're
gonna
just
be
saying
so
that
cute.
'cause it's a baby.
So let's see in a few
Andy's a
years
cool
what's
name.
gonna
Don't hold me.
happen. We'll make bets on it.
All right. Will it be Andy or Andrew? Let's see which one she can say first.
Or maybe it's just gonna be Rue.
Rue?
Or it's gonna be Addie.
Addie?
It's gonna be the cutest thing. But yes, she loves you so much, and the next time you see her, she's gonna be so much bigger, and she's gonna be doing more.
She's gonna be making a lot more sounds and stuff like that too, like communicating more.
Yeah,
I
so I
can't
was
wait.
I was telling Andrew when we were making I think we were making cookies, or I was feeding her the other morning.
Yeah.
You made cookies. How many cookies you made?
Like 200?
240.
240
cookies for the
240.
neighbors and for us.
It took forever.
Yeah.
I baked for the first time. Like I rolled it out. I put the cookie cutters in. I like the flour. It was fun.
But I was telling him how
Bella loves to do their baking with Jen.
Really?
I was telling him that when he was 2 weeks old, I held him. And I didn't know anything about babies or how to hold them, and I felt the
Yeah.
same way. Because I was like, you're getting more comfortable. And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, when I held you, you were 2 weeks old. And I was like, oh my God, baby.
Yeah, that was like one of first few Jen's baby holding.
Yeah, no, I think that was like literally the first time I've ever held a baby.
The first time?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, and look at you 16 years later. Can you believe it?
Imagine being 16
Yeah.
could never be me.
Can't believe it. So
Yeah, because you're 12.
I'm so glad that
It's
you
about
got
to
to
be soon,
meet
though.
her. If
Like
you
4
had
years.
if you had anything to tell her at this point in time, what would it be?
Stay in school. Don't skip classes.
Please skip.
And don't be on your phone. Don't be like Jason. He's always on his phone. You're
You heard it here, folks.
I'm literally never on my phone.
You're on your phone right now.
No, I'm not. No, I'm literally not.
Sir,
Literally watching, playing video
you
games.
play
on your
games
phone.
on your phone right now. Don't even lie.
I'm not.
Round 1, you're doing backflips into a pool online.
And
All
that is
right.
not a lie. And so yeah,
Well,
we
we're-
have a liar as a
But
the
I'm
oldest
$100.
son.
Bring it back, fellas. Bring it back.
But I'm $100 richer.
All right.
Thanks to me.
Debatable.
So, anything else you want to share with your experience with Ellie?
I will never have kids. As much as I love them, I will never have them. I'm probably going to retract this in like 10, 15 years, but we'll see how it goes.
Today is December 20th,
December 20th.
2022.
To the rest of the parents out there listening to this, this is the lesson. You want to make sure to have a sex talk with your kids, and if they're safe, have them take care of a toddler. Have them spend some couple of days with a
little time
toddler.
with a baby.
And then when they hear the cry in the middle of the night, when they're trying to do something else, and then they're gonna have this kind of like this same opinion.
this is the best condom commercial I've ever had. All right, I just want to say that now.
But it was fun. We did the Festival of Lights, at the Victor Hills Golf
That was
Course.
cute.
That was amazing. And then we took a photo at the end. It was like all of us.
Yep,
Dude.
we took a photo at the end. We'll
was
have
so
to
Jennifer
cool
post that
finally
one.
got the picture she wanted.
With the matching PJs. Did we
all-
mention that?
Yep,
Apparently
we
I
got all
fell on this-
matching PJs.
Apparently I fell asleep on the
They all say
way.
Holiday Crew. on
Apparently
them.
you did.
You were snoring, and then you got very pissed off
Dude, you were
about
like
it.
folded. I'm not even joking. Backseat, you were like,
Oh yeah. So it was a good time. We are glad that you came, and thank you for doing this little interview with us.
of course. You know, I'm glad I could be on the podcast. I was gonna plug in my socials, but then like I kind of forgot my socials. So
Follow him
I-
on Twitter at XXAndy.
no,
Dot
that's not even my tag.
Dot
It's something else.
Dot TTV.
Hold up. Follow me on MySpace.
MySpace.
Make sure you
Orange
also get his
Mangoes
WhatsApp.
223. My WhatsApp is I like bananas 27.
I wonder why.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and I don't know. I'll see you guys in like 3 months.
Sorry, Ellie.
Subscribing is on YouTube, not on a
If
podcast.
you're listening to this when you're older, Ellie, I already apologize.
All right.
All right.
Well, everybody have a great rest of your day.